So I waited until daytime to be able to continue the story because it was really freaking me out last night. I went through my Dropbox though and was able to pull like photos and pictures, and I even found a text message talking about everything that I had a screenshot of from 2017, and I'm glad that I have that. Put the text here and you can pause and read it. I left off with my daughter being locked in the room. When I was outside, I could hear her screaming from inside. Everybody, by the time I got inside, my husband was by the door, all the kids are by the door. She is locked on the other side in the room by herself. She is screaming horrifically and she can't open the door. So we're calling, like the kids are going to get like a credit card so my husband can open the door. He finally gets the door open. She is like completely red. She's terrified. She is so scared. She said the door's locked. That's all she kept saying. The door's locked, the door's locked, the door's locked. We don't know how it happened. She was just too little to be able to lock this door. I have pictures of the house that I'm gonna just like put in here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna put these pictures in. I did take a photo of one area in the house on my camera phone, and I noticed there was like some type of something in there, and it could be nothing. It could be anything. I'm not saying that it is a spirit that's caught here. These here. You could take a second and zoom in. When things were happening, I did contact the nun of our church, and she put me in contact with the priest, and that's what you saw in the text message. He did ask me a lot of questions. He told me to pray. He told me to bring the kids to church. He asked me if anyone like had depression or anxiety, or he was able to guide me. He told me, like, we did start attending church more. I did use holy water. I did pray over all my children. I did pray over the house. I had the crucifixes that were all around the house. I had them blessed, put them back up. I did have the house blessed. There was just so many things that happened. Bayou Coquille. There is a place that is about like a minute outside of our neighborhood where there is a haunted tree. The tree supposedly contains a witch that they had cemented in there like hundreds and thousands of years ago. It is a folklore that and everyone around here knows this story. They call it the haunted tree or Dead Man's Curve. I think every state has a Dead Man's Curve, or every town has a Dead Man's Curve. Our Dead Man's Curve is at Bayou Coquille. I could not really find pictures. I wanted to go out today to go take a video and a picture of it, and I probably will later on. That way I could post a video and you could see what it looks like. But like, of course, as kids, we would go out to this spot, and I'm not encouraging this. I don't think it's a good idea. Don't do this. This is something that we did in the 90s, and it's so ridiculous. But like as teenagers, you go out to this tree, and it's on a road. It is a pitch black road. It is completely dark. There are no street lights. It is the bayou. There is so much wildlife. It's something that as teenagers you did. So I went out there personally with my friend and my sister, and you're supposed to, once you get out to Dead Man's Tree or Dead Man's Curve or the Witch's Tree, you cut your headlights off in the dark and you see how long you can last, which is not safe. It is not safe. It's not safe. Don't do this. I'm not encouraging this. This is not safe. As soon as you click the headlights on, you have to see if the witch is there. That's the folklore. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. So we did that when we were younger. My sister had the old like flip phone, not a razor. It was like before the razor. She had a flip phone. She took a photo of it as soon as my friend flipped her headlights on, and there was a figure in the picture. We were so scared that we deleted the picture. I was 15, so this is like 25 years ago. This is so long ago. We deleted the picture. We were so scared to keep the picture because we didn't want anything to follow us home. So this is all right outside of this neighborhood that is newly established within the last 10 years of us moving there. So I'm gonna go back to the things that happen in the neighborhood, and the reason why I feel like it's this neighborhood in particular. I don't want to I have to be respectful because there are people that still live in this neighborhood. This is an established neighborhood. And when I'm talking about these people's stories, I also want to be respectful to them because it's not my story to tell. These are just things that I know these are facts that I know that have happened. I'm going to post a news article here. This is a family that was the husband unalived his family and then unalived himself. Everything happened within a 2-block radius. This happened in the neighborhood right on a back street. Then you have on our specific street, one house on the corner was hit by lightning 3 times. The same house 3 times. Could be a conduit for electricity, not sure. That's just something that happened. Then next door, they had a child that had, like, he was diagnosed with a very rare cancer. Then you go down the street about 5 houses down, and a child had the same exact rare cancer, lost his leg. I'm trying to be respectful. I know these families personally. They are both in remission. Everyone is fine. Then the house next door to that, someone got diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. Everything that's happened while we were living there. The house was infested with rats. The house across the street was infested with termites. They had the house next door to us. He sadly passed away from an overdose. There was just so many things just in this one street. And somebody posted about it. Like, it was on the Facebook Nosy Neighbors page. Someone posted about it, and they're like, does anybody realize how weird everything is that happens in this neighborhood? And that's when we realized we just had to get out. A lot of people are not superstitious. I am superstitious just because these things were happening to us. This was everything that happened while we were there. This is why I was afraid to stay there. I didn't want to keep my family there, and I just didn't want to be in that house any longer. So once we moved out of that house, everything stopped. A cloud had lifted off of us. So I just wanted to share the story. I am a believer. I've seen it. Thank you so much for watching. We were all experiencing this together as a whole, so it wasn't like it was just, oh, mom's crazy or mom's hearing things. We were all hearing and seeing things in this house. All of my siblings that would come visit, my sister was afraid to sleep at my house. She would not sleep upstairs because she was afraid to sleep there. It was affecting everyone. Like, it didn't just happen to just me in this circumstance. So it was like everyone was seeing things, everyone was hearing things. But I will say this, because this is a funny story. I'm gonna put up the painting here because my husband bought me this painting at a thrift store, and it's because I liked it a lot. And it is kind of creepy when you look at it. I still have this painting. I'm not afraid of it. I like this painting. The kids did not like this painting. We're taking everything down off the walls to paint to move. This is at the time of us leaving. This is after, like, all these things have happened. My husband is on edge. We're all on edge. We don't know what could happen next. So I put the painting in my room and I lean it up against the dresser. We go to sleep. I hear my husband go, Lauren, and I wake up. I'm like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? He's like, look at the painting. And he said, where did the kids go? And I'm like, the kids? Where did the kids? What? And I'm half awake. So when I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, where did the kids go? And then I just start cracking up laughing. And he's like, the kids aren't in the painting anymore. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I get up, I click the lights on, and I flip it around. The painting was facing backwards. So we were just looking at the paper backing. It's like an antique painting. So like the backing is paper. So it was the funniest thing ever, because at that point for him, if you knew my husband, like, for him to start to be worried and starting to like be afraid and more aware of things, it's just hilarious. That was really, really funny. That situation that night, that's when it was just like, okay, we are all gonna lose our minds staying here, and it's just too many things. But I just wanted to share that story because I thought it was so funny, because I mean, it did look like the kids like waltzed out of the painting. They weren't in the picture anymore. Thank you so much for being patient with me to get part 2 out. I did not want to talk about it anymore last night because I did not realize, like, one of the comments, someone said noise when you talked about locking, and I didn't even know that was there until I was editing it last night and I heard it and I was like, I need to just go to sleep because I'm freaking myself out. I was hearing things and like things were happening. The candle, like, that was really crazy. I don't know how that just like went bright all of a sudden in that moment. So I just needed to start fresh during daytime when I wasn't alone. So have a great day, and thank y'all so much. And I can tell you more stories if you're interested. I have a few more. So just let me know what you think.